Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Friday and another episode of Tarot and Tea. If you're new here, my name is Heaven, and we're going to be pulling some cards and trying to figure out what to do with the rest of the day. Or the month, actually. But right now, hello, I'm doing my face. I look like a mess. How are you? How is your Friday going? So, look what I found. I found the aux for my overhead headphones. Now I'm not fake. No, I'm not a fake bitch. I'm already in bed, bruh. It's not even 9 yet. Good for you. I like it. Bagazzle, I like it. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I, changed the color... settings? I don't know. Let me just put my... I changed the color of my stream. I see. I don't know. I feel like it's... Now you can see how, intense my contour actually is. But anyway. I was having a really hard time convincing myself to hop on stream today. And I was just doom scrolling most of the day, I think, which is the problem there in and of itself. I should have just been meditating instead of meditating on my phone on the black screen instead of meditating inwardly. But that's okay. We're here now. My contour still looks insane, so don't... Rotating. I don't know what that means. So have you seen the news? I was on my phone right before stream and I was kind of just like, what am I doing putting on my clown face? Painting my clown face on while the world is on fire. This feels so surreal. I don't understand. Contra going crazy. Is it too much? I fear that it is. But it's also because I don't have my eyebrows in yet, so things are not even. And because I turned the contrast up or whatever it is. Oh, news today? I don't think so. Yeah, the bombings. The bombings that are going on. What else? What else is happening? I heard that someone got fired, at least. Some, like, white lady. I heard some white lady got fired, but I think that was yesterday. I feel like I should really just shave my entire eyebrows off. Last week there were schools getting bombed, and I think they're bombing more schools. They're continuing it, and they're not even hiding it anymore. So, I was watching someone on Piers, someone talking to Piers, that man. I don't know why when I see that guy's face, I'm like, is this a news person? You look like a fucking character on a TV show. More bombings, lovely. Iran is closing off their canal, though, which is going to mess up a lot of world fuel and food supply. What canal? The white lady got fired and moved to a different position. Oh, she didn't fucking get fired? Well, that's poo-poo pee-pee. Yeah, let me find out that man's name. I think I reposted it. I don't think I posted it on my feed though, or stories. Professor Saeed Mohammed Marandi. He was talking to Piers Morgan. Okay. My eyebrows look. So. And then I watched a video of a bombing happen by a school, and someone died from a ricochet of something. And that was very, very sad. The way, like, the video just, like, the people running from the scene, and then that was the last person out on the field, and then people going in to check them, and it's like a CCTV video, and, like, it's very far away. And you can see the people approaching them, and they're just, like, they cover their eyes, and then they walk away, they're crying, and they're calling more people, and, like, hey, oh my god, like, this person didn't make it. And that was just, like, fuck. She technically was, but then got moved to some sort of envoy, is that how you say that word? Of the US for the Western Hemisphere or something stupid. Did you hear about the US generals tell their troops that they're going to fight to try and speed up Armageddon, and Trump has been anointed? Okay, so I've been hearing kind of like a little bit about that. I didn't know that it was that direct. Like, I heard something in the sense of, like, them quoting the Bible, but I didn't know that was what was happening. Like, it's insane. I'm sorry for the bonk. I just, like, I feel so sad. Like, there are so many of these soldiers who are also just there because they didn't have any other options. And now they have to follow these leaders, and they're like, I trusted you, and this is what we're doing. Like, I think about the veterans who come back, and they're like, that was not what that was supposed to be. And they're just, like, wrecked from the reality of what they've had to do. Like, coming to terms with what they were told to do out there and then what they actually had to do, and coming back to the country where they're like, this is the land of the free. Legit. Just there to pay for college or something, yeah. Or like to run away, you know? Like fucking Don Draper from Mad Men. Like he just went there because he didn't know who he was. Like I imagine a lot of kids run to the army when they don't know who to turn to and they need to be led. And like a lot of them also believe very heavily in the Lord. So it's really, really sad. Not me poking my eyeballs for eyeliner. Does that look scary? Does that look scary when I do that? Do you want to see the conversation? Let's go watch that video. That man was just like, you fucking fool. Why did you get me on here? And it's so trippy, like, I'm on my feed, and then I open my phone, and then there's this, like, hot person on my feed, and I'm just like, like, everything is so surreal. Like, every moment feels like a Black Mirror episode. What am I doing? Hello? Okay. Ouch. Ouch, my eyeball. Ouch, my eyeball. My eyeball is fine. Meow, meow, meow. Paste and go. Okay. That's not the video. It's very weird that I'm trying to, like, I'm copying a link for a reel and it's like sending me to different videos. That's so bizarre. Maybe it just doesn't work for mobile? I don't fucking know. That's really, really weird. No. I know Fridays are Venus Day, and we're supposed to be talking about things that bring me joy and that I care about, and I'm like, right now, this is what I care about. It is very hard to look for joy in these moments, and I also feel like I have to bring that. I'm just like, bro, there's so much responsibility. Oh my fucking god. Okay, there we go. I had to fucking hack the system. Hello, Mr. Joe. Welcome. We're talking about hard conversations right now because I'm having a hard time. How are you doing? How is your Friday going? Let's see. Okay, let me... Beep, boop, boop, boop. Okay, let me pause the jazz. And then we're going to share the screen. Yeah, I think that's right. Transition. Josie. Is that your new nickname, Mr. Joe? Your Friday's not doing okay? Are you at home or are you working? What do you do for work? Do I know this? So this is Professor Morandani. And I don't know anything about Piers Morgan, bro. Can you tell me about him? Who is this man? Why does he suck? Why do we not like him? Is this leftist propaganda? Anyway. Hello, where's the audio? Oh, there it is. Can I reset this? Let me talk, and they're fighting. They're just fighting on the screen. The girls are fighting.
In Palestine, and you refused to come to Iran. And I invited you twice.
I literally did the opposite, actually. I literally did the opposite. You should watch Uncensored more often.
On your regime TV, you don't even let me talk.
On your fucking TV.
You don't know anything about Iran, and you just talk and talk and talk.
This part's funny.
You're afraid of me saying a single sentence. Iran is being bombed by your regime. Our children are being slaughtered. As we speak, your regime is bombing my country. And your regime sent in intelligence, the Israeli Mossad, the CIA, according to the former head of the CIA, according to the Mossad itself, they sent in people to infiltrate. According to Channel 14 of Israeli TV, which is close to Netanyahu, they brought in weapons that killed hundreds of police officers and volunteers on the streets. So the 3,117 people who were killed, and all of them have their ID and information, they're well known. If you have any extra names, give them to me and let's see what your evidence is. All of those people are recognized, and wait a moment, and if there was one police officer killed in your country, what would the reaction be? Some young woman was turned.
Wait, all I know is Piers Morgan just interviews everyone and always disagrees with them. I had a girl connect to go out, but I couldn't get details ironed out in time, so to get sitter, so now we'll chill with my boy and do Legos. Wait, are you on a date?
Turning to the right, they shot her in the face. Here they killed 200 police officers and well over 100 volunteers on the streets. And you call that peaceful protest, but you ignore the millions of people on the streets as we speak in Tehran right now. Who are supporting the government.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
I can tell you.
I wanted to bring something for you to see, but forget it. Just one final sentence. For 47 years, your government, your regime, your media has been saying Iran is unpopular, Iran is about to fall, the regime is collapsing, and it never happened. And do you know what? That is exactly the same thing that your media and your governments would say about Mossadegh. When he was in power, they were saying he's evil, he's criminal, he's corrupt. Go and look at the New York Times.
So I don't know about any of these people's names. I feel like... Ooh, watch streak, hell yeah! I don't know any of the names that are mentioned. This feels like it's tied to 9/11 in a way. And he's saying like 40 something years? What happened 50 years ago? And then I was seeing a lot of conversation about how like Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, he was one of the presidents that wanted to investigate Israel. And then they killed him. This is the propaganda or the conspiracies that I'm hearing about. And at this point, it's kind of like, with the Epstein files, like, is it a conspiracy anymore? Is it? We have...
The Washington Post, it's always the same. Your problem is that we are independent and that we do not accept the Epstein class. That rapes and murders little kids. We don't accept them murdering our kids. We will not allow your regime to kill our kids and get away with it. You are a genocide.
You know, I don't know what any of that meant. No, I was supposed to have one, but it's okay. Oh, so you're now just at home hanging out doing Legos? I thought your date ended up coming to hang out with you and do Legos. But that's okay. I'm glad that we can hang out. So that's what's been on my mind. And also another video. I'm not gonna play on here, but I don't know. It makes me upsetty spaghetti. I posted in my threads. I was like, with this happening right now, I don't really know what the heck I'm doing at this point with people's homes. Like, I hate seeing the posts that are like, some people, they're being called to evacuate and some places don't have space for their pets. And then there's videos of a man like going home from work and like he's rushing. He left work. He's not going home from work. He left work to go get his cat, and then all his belongings were just the cat carrier and a backpack. You know what I mean? Like I know, I think like the situation that's very much like with our, this is like attention Olympics, and it's just like all of the emotional manipulation on media and our phones and our apps, and it's just like, okay, how do we keep going? How, like, what do I do at this point? And I know like all I can do right now is talk to you guys about it, because I'm like, what the heck? And like, what if that's us soon? I know we're in very different countries, but like, and then I also saw a map, and like I know this already, but like sometimes like I forget. I saw a map that was like a visual of like how small Canada, like North America is, and that just made me laugh. Yeah, it's surreal and confusing. Yeah, you know, like I think like I definitely didn't want to not show up because you guys are my online family, so I'm like, okay, let me hang out with you anyway, and let's figure this out together, because like this shit is bonkers, bro. Most Americans I talk to don't want us over there. Who is really representing our interests? Over where? What? Oh my god, it's so quiet. Let me put back my jazz. This is a somber conversation. We cannot have puppy jazz on. Bombing Iran. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then like also like the conversations, have you guys heard about how like a lot of the online MAGAs are fake? Especially like on Twitter. These are all accounts that are being run from overseas, and that was like their propaganda to make it seem like there's so much more right-wing conservatives online than there actually is, and also like probably to just bring people over there. Like if you go on like a Twitter account or Instagram, like you can check their about and you can see like where the account is made, like what country, and then where they're from. Their profile picture would be like a blonde girl with blue eyes, and then you go to their account and it's like, oh, you're not a place where there are blonde, blue-eyed people live. What is going on? Their death seems rage baity as well, almost too much. Yeah. And like, it's been a psyop this whole time. Did you see my story about the Dubai Labubu chocolate? What? The Dubai chocolate? What is it called? And that was a whole psyop for what is it? Pecans? Pecans? I don't think that's the right one. Dubai chocolate Labubu. I said Lubai, not Dubai. Yeah. Hold on, let me pull this up. Do anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about? Okay. Pistachio food trend. Okay. Let me pull up my history on here. Why did I do this otherwise? Wait, can I do that? Can I pull up my history on here? Can I share this? No. Profile? View archive. Stories, perfect, okay. So the pistachio market is also ran in, so I think, who is it? Who has the highest market for pistachios? Let's see. Cashew. I talked to one conservative lady and she said that they were murdering Christians, like 40,000 Christians in Iran. So she believed Trump was put into place to liberate the Christians. Like they think it's Exodus? Like judgment? Like they are committing judgment? Like I do believe that like something I learned recently too, that like Middle East is a very colonial term and it's essentially like a slur the same way like Oriental is a slur. So hello Noi, how's it going? We're having a very heavy conversation right now. And then so instead of like Middle East you call it Sanwa, I think, South. Oh damn. There is an Egyptian scholar who was like, don't fucking call it that, and it's been doing its rounds recently. I think it's Sanwa. South Asia, Northwest Africa, I think is what Sanwa stands for. My argument was, if we spend so much on defense and military, why couldn't someone take out some folks without slaughtering so many innocent people? Yeah. She believes it was necessary to save Christians who were being slaughtered, so somehow the US has lost division of church and state now. I think it's been like that for a while, and now there's just like, now that the Epstein files have surfaced, I feel like this is judgment, and they're losing control of the script, so they are quickening their pace, and things are getting messy. Like, and also, like, if there's so much money on military and defense, why are there so many people who are hungry, unhoused, and poor in the land of the free? Like, it's the PR of the US for the rest of the world is like so insane, because it's like probably just because of Hollywood, and that's like that state was like, this is where dreams come true, but then like the entire country gets propagandized to be that, but it's like barely. Yeah, it's like save the lives of Christians by slaughtering all those other people, but they believe those numbers are fake news. That's just like so sad, I think. They not fake news. They did not fake news. That's crazy. That makes me so sad. And it's like, it's how these people compartmentalize things. And also, like, you have to think about who their like leaders are in their church. Hello, Randy. We're having hard conversations about war. Teehee. And like who their leaders are in church, and like what kind of like propaganda they're being fed, and like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, yes, the end of times conversation. Yeah. A lot of that currently. It's a little hard to like ignore, and they still don't understand why I'm always talking about moving to Europe. And it's funny because like I also think about moving to Europe, and at the same time it's like, how much different is it? And you know, like those countries are not that far away from each other, so it's the world. It's the end of the world, and we know it. The problem is the planet. I need to get off this rock. Need to get off this floating rock ASAP. I had something to say and then I forgot. Did you guys hear about the jellyfish that are causing mayhem to billionaires? I think. I don't remember. I think I'm mixing up news, but that was like part of the news. It was like jellyfish are doing shit. People are shitty. Don't worry, nature will find a way. Jellyfish and the orcas, they don't fuck around. I didn't hear this one. Let's see. Oh wait, I wanted to share. Okay, let's look up. Wait. Jellyfish billionaires? No. I googled jellyfish billionaires and it shows up like Pharrell and Billionaire Boys Club. Damn it. Jellyfish causing havoc. Taking over the world, invasion. No! Okay, so this is what I actually want to talk about first. Where am I? Where are we? Okay, so this is the pistachio propaganda that I saw, or like that pistachio chocolate Dubai Labubu was a CIA psyop. So pistachio food trend has been a food war since this person works in agriculture, is an agricultural worker. Okay, will this let me click on it? Okay, perfect. See post. Pistachio food trend is so interesting. Because, like, I've been following the California pistachio water politics for years as a Californian, with personal connections to agricultural workers. Oh my god, excuse me, I'm so burpy. But basically, there's been a big push in California agriculture over the last decade to pressure farmers to produce pistachios because Iran has dominated the global market in pistachios for decades. And the U.S. government has been trying to weaken Iran economically, so they want to make California pistachios a competitor, which is ridiculous because California's agricultural infrastructure is suffering under a drought. And pistachios take insane amounts of water, so a ton of water is being redirected from the people in order to engage in trade war with Iran over fucking pistachios. Anyway, now the U.S., i.e. California, is producing more pistachios than Iran. And the next step is to drive consumption of pistachios so that farmers who are producing this ergo all fancy pistachio coffees at Starbucks and similar shit, like suddenly being able to find pistachio butter in grocery stores when 5 years ago it was exclusively available only at specialty stores. And online, and the huge boom in pistachios foods in Instagram and TikTok recipe content. So lots of foodie reels and promoting pistachios so that the US can stick it to the Iran. Anyway, one of the vegan recipes I follow just posted a 5 pistachio-based recipe in a row. It is extremely relevant that pistachios are easy to acquire here, but acorns are an indigenous Californian food staple crop and they are impossible to find. So the pistachio, I'm like, am I saying this word right? Market update and 3-year outlook. This is in 2025. Between 2005 and 2016, U.S. and Iran went back and forth holding the largest title of pistachios. Since 2017, U.S. has established itself, and there's a fuck ton of fucking pistachio. God damn this fucking word, bro. The orcas are sinking boats again, though. Hell yeah. The Cali water issues are insane, yeah. And then we end up with North American pistachio supply. Like we did with cheese, yeah. Just like abundance of bullshit. So now there's gonna be a bunch of like pistachio milk. Make a bubble of bullshit and then wonder why it pops later. Yes, exactly. Like similar to like the almond water crisis. Like I think it was I heard it is pistachios. Pistachios? Piss. I think it was like Doxy that was like telling me about the almonds and like how they fucking need so much water to just exist. It's terrible. Jellyfish? No. Oh, okay. A swarm of jellyfish shut down 4 of 6 nuclear reactors. So that's happening there, at least. tea. Let's look that up. Jellyfish nuclear reactors. Don't allow. Stop stalking me. Second time. they're just like, stop coming here. Second time. We don't like you. We don't like you here. Okay, that's fun. Are there like pictures? Are there pictures of the jellyfish? Are they power stations to get early warning against jellyfish invasions? Hundreds of jellyfish block the guilds at the power station north of Tel Aviv. Wait, they look like garbage. They look fake. They look like just like floating matter. I mean, that is what they are, but they look like garbage plastic bags. According to social media goddess Natalie Tran of Community Channel anyways. Pistachios. How to say pistachio? No, I don't even know how to spell. See, this ain't right. American pronunciation, British pronunciation. See, correctly. Italian.
Learn Italian.
Sorry for the ad.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this food, a member of the cashew family. There is a whole debate about how it is to be pronounced.
Just pronounce it, damn it.
The word initially originated from Greek, went through Latin, Italian, and French.
Okay.
Hence perhaps the confusion. In French, it is said as pistache, with a
Pistache.
sh sound. In Italian, however, it is said as pistacchio.
Oh.
Pistacchio.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just like the Greek word it came from. However, in Italian, it is spelled with double C before the H. Pistacchio.
Pistachio.
In English, though, it is usually said as pistachio, because it's a mix between the French and the Italian, and it seems that this pronunciation the English language has adopted.
Okay, sure, buddy. Okay. Pistachio. 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 Cool. I love that. Great. I'm glad that we know that. I'm glad that we found that out together. Thank you so much for the knowledge. I love learning stuff. Anyways, Soar. I have a tarot spread that I want us to try for the end of the world. Tee. No, literally, like this is it. It's very cute. So if you have tarot cards, pull them out now, so we can do a reading together. Yay! The world is ending. What's a slut to do? Literally, what is a slut to do? No, I want copy link. Paste. Okay. This is the post. Excellente. Should I move? Should I just move my face? Camera. See, I guess that's fine. Let me bring this up. Did that help? Am I making things worse? Fuck. Perfect. That's fine. Anyway. So, take out your freaking cards. Whoa. We're gonna, pull some cards. Actually, let me get my phone out. My phone. That up. Let me move my iced tea. Because I'm not allowed to have beverages on this desk too close to the bed. Selfie stick. Time for the tarot and tea. Oh, also, I am actually drinking tea. I'm drinking iced tea. This is just Nest tea. I'm on topic. I'm doing my best. My janky ass setup. Oh, should I post that I'm live? I didn't do that. Why? I look like I'm about to fucking shit myself. Whatever. Twitch link. I'm live. I literally didn't post anywhere that I was going live. Done. Let's go post my link. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Oops, I already forgot what I was saying. Okay, camo. And then let's open that on here. Dooba-dooba-doop. Dooba-dooba-doop. I feel it is a little too quiet. Okay, we're back. Sexy. See? I already fucking... Oh, I got a new notebook today. It came in, my dad got it from me from when he was doing a Temu order. Ooh, let me fix my legs. And, it's mostly very nice. The notebook that I got is actually pretty nice. I like it a lot. But the paper is obviously not moleskin. So I think it is fake leather. It's nice that it has a pen flap. And it looks pretty good. But the paper, so it says that it is 100 GSM acid-free paper. Hello. So like you cannot see my hand through there, which I can see from the other way. But it's not smooth like a moleskin. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's better because like that creates more grit with writing. Like there's more feedback. But I don't know, like it's kind of like kind of like printer paper. And I like moleskins because they're very smooth, and I don't like, people don't really like them because they're thin. But I love that. I love that about them. Okay, need to fix you. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That was so loud. Don't be mad at me. Are you okay? Did that hurt you? Did I hurt you? I'm so sorry. Okay. Wait. Is it this one? Where's the action cam? There we go. Yay! Okay. Should we do it this way? Or do we like it this way? I think I like it this way. So, oh wait. No, wait! We also have... Oh my god, there's so many things going on. Okay. Let me shrink this then. Yay! And then, why am I in there? That made no sense. I'm like, why did I also shrink? Okay, what's this lot to do? We made it. We fucking finally made it. A tarot spread for finding your fate. I love that the Fool is the first thing that we got. Let's do some cleansing. Also, just a, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Transparency. Palo Santo is, some believe that this is for closed practices. And that it is a finite resource. I try not to buy more Palo Santo, but I did have a lot of Palo Santo from years before. So, just a little bit of a preamble. You can find something else to burn that is within your ancestry, within your traditions, that don't impose in other cultures and that don't detriment like nature. Okay. Smoky. Excellent. Do I zoom out? Like, why is that so close? Really is it? Okay. What? What is this lot to do? A tarot spread for finding your fate in the so-called end of times. Oh shit. Oh no, I dropped everything. Everything just flew out. Okay. Was it 4 cards in total? Is that seriously what flew out? No, we're not doing that. What's a slut to do at the end of the world? Everyone, yes. It is your duty as a slut to do everyone. For your own safety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50. Fuck, I'm missing 3. It's always 3. Why does this always happen to me? I always fucking lose my cards midstream. One of my friends messaged me yesterday. She went to a party. I did things I never thought I would do. She went to said party with a body count of 16. She's at 31 now. Jumping from 16 to 31 is very big. Like, not, I think, like, not, like, obviously that's a fucking 15 number jump, but otherwise, like, Randy, oh my god, why was I not fucking more people? I had such a fun time. I was like, welcome to the fun side, just be safe. 50% increase. No, that's 200% increase, no? like, I think the phases of, like, coming from 16 to 30 is what I'm trying to say. Like, you're still, like, I think at, like, 16, you're still kind of, like, being... That's when you start to be a little less conservative. You're like, So, welcome to the dark side, to friend. Love that. Yeah, she was still new. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. The stickers are still on. I'm dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how to count. I don't know what I'm doing. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, shit, I don't know if I counted that. I joked and said, oh, you had enough partners, we could fuck now, because I don't sleep with a girl unless I've had at least 20. 1, 2, oh, she deadass says, oh my god, yes please, next time in Brooklyn, can we? Yes girl, get it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I love that. That's a funny rule to have, but I think that is smart. Like, there's something about... and I think that's, like, for fucking for fun, you know, like, especially, like, when you're fucking friends, it's very different to fuck a friend who is, like, very conservative in their numbers, and it's like, I'm not trying to be that kind of intimate, don't catch feelings incorrectly. I'm missing one. Where I am in my life sexually, if under that level I could hurt them. Yeah, exactly. So it is a good, like, it's like self-awareness. Like, I feel like fucking friends can be really great, but that's not for everybody. And not everybody's like mentally prepared for that. Okay, I still have one card missing. I have one card on the run. And my phone is my flashlight. Okay, I need to take my phone off of here so that I can use the flashlight. Dang it. I do find the talk of body count very interesting. Like, there are some people that find it, like, obviously there's the obvious people who are like, if you have this body count, like, I'm not gonna fuck you. But like, the general conversation of body count, it's kind of like, I think you can't just like rule that out. I think it's just very nuanced. So she asked what your body count, and wait. I had one friend a few years ago. She's like, what do you think is a high number for a girl to have? And I said, I am most definitely the wrong person to ask that to. So she asked, what's your body count? And I told her 265-ish. She looks at me like a WTF. Yeah, at one point, do you like stop counting? Like, she asked if I would sleep with a girl who has a list higher than yours. Yeah, so then that for me, like, that's when I really don't care about body count. Like, I don't care who's higher or lower. Exactly, she would likely show me a good time. Exactly, I'd be like, wait, what do you know that I don't? You've had more practice. You have more XP on this. Please show me the ropes. Like, I think I don't know, there are people who are like, if someone brings up body count, that's not safe. And I'm just like, are they a safe person? Or are you just scared of the idea of body count? Because sometimes people just like to talk about them. Me and a friend a few years ago never flirted or anything, out with a bunch of friends and had this convo about body counts, and she said I stopped counting at 150. Yeah, like, I think for me, like, as a person with a uterus, I have a running list to be like, okay, who do I gotta be aware of? And she pinned, why did you say 265-ish? I said, because I could be higher than that, but not sure. Yeah, especially when you're like in a group setting and it's like there's just hands sometimes. Do you count them as a full number? But it's like, yeah, because like, what if it's still penetrative? And it's, I don't know. I found the last card. You go to a few parties. I don't know how many holds were the same one. I just counted all 30 girls that were there. Yeah, sometimes it just be like that. Sometimes it's just a group activity. And everyone involved, the sole purpose is to have fun. Safely. Safety and fun are my only concerns at that point. If we don't fit, then we don't fit, and then we have like another group of people to like so she looks at me and says, damn, 15 years of friendship, never flirted, and now I gotta fuck to see what skills you got. Me as fuck line. So I gave her first proper squirt. That's so interesting. Like, in the group setting. Is this Twitch appropriate conversation? Like, I feel like that requires like, but also Yeah, being in a group setting is kind of like, because I was gonna say like it requires so much like mental, like coming for like femmes is a lot of like brain activity, but also like being so immersed in a group environment, it's kind of just like you get lost in the sauce for real. Oh, we were alone for that. That group of friends are very sexually closed off. Oops. So what's this lot to do? Okay, our first card, let's go read these cards. So okay, the world is ending. Your relationship to this ending. What does this end ask of you? And 2 to 4, what's supposed to do? What are you supposed to do about it? And if this is the end, what's your role? Oh, I thought this was like a little bit more detailed. Like 2 to 4 is very vague. Like hello. Okay, so the world is ending. 1. What does this end ask for you? I don't even see the card. Motherfucker, this is not a good. I do not like this. This looks like missiles. Did I just vibrate? Oh, that was me. BRB, I need tools. Shower. 2 shower gonna lurk. I was like, you need the tools? What kind of shower is this? Legit, one of the couples at the table are their only partners. Wow. That couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I find that nice depending on the couple. There are definitely some like couples that I'm like, yeah, you guys have grown together. It just could not be me for real. Like, I think like being in the same relationship for a long time, I would love that, but to have only that partner forever, no. Nor. It's adorable to look at, but not live it. Yeah. Yeah. I think like if I were to have stayed in my relationship with my high school sweetheart, I would have wanted like to explore, because like we were fucking like children. And I wouldn't, you know, I don't know, but also like I didn't realize I was like poly when I was younger. I wouldn't have known. I didn't have the language for that. I lost my virginity and within 6 weeks I had 10 partners. That's too hectic for me. I can't do that. I love the way that I lost my virginity. It was very nice. It was very sweet. Okay. Okay, so we have these 4 cards. So, okay, what? Oh, this motherfucker. I don't like this reading. I already hate this. So, your relationship to this ending, what does this end ask for you? To stop fucking fighting. What does this end ask of me? Like, this fight is not in my control. This fight is like above my fucking pay grade, bruh. What's this lot to do? Ooh, it's telling me to not slut it out with family. This is the family card. This is the 10 of Pentacles. This is funny to come up in this conversation right now. What are you supposed to do about it? Oh, I think it's mostly like am I in the right community spaces? This is something that's been coming up for me this week. Like learning my community and my boundaries and stuff. And then also, because this is 3, what are you supposed to do about it if this is the end? Okay. And if this is the end, I have to pick my battles. And if I want to win, there will be losers. Ouch. And so my role is to, oh my god. Okay, so I have I have trauma from the Chariot card. The last time the Chariot popped up for me, I used to love this card because of the Bhagavad Gita. and the chariot, like, there is a, like, the literal thing was a chariot, and it was basically like, what's that movie with Brad Pitt and the girl, and they were like in Paris? No, it's not Hera. Fuck. Brad Pitt movie Roman fight. Troy. Okay, fucking Troy. And then who was the girl? Helena. Helen of Troy. Okay. Pistachio. No. And so I think my role is to live my part that I'm supposed to. I think in the Gita, it's like, so there is a literal war in the Bhagavad Gita. And basically the war is between this, we're on the one side of the war, and then he's fighting his cousin. And shit. Who are, okay, Prince Arjuna asks questions to his spiritual guide. Yes. So it is Hindu scripture, and Krishna is his chariot guide. We are following the story of Prince Arjuna, and they are in a war between his cousin and basically like Krishna, who like came down as like a human, and then he was suddenly like, look, like, yes, I'm here to be your guide. I'm not here to create changes in the war, but basically both of you are here to fill out your purpose, whether or not that is uncomfortable for you. That is the reality of things. Like, you cannot be mad at your cousin for fulfilling his prophecy. You cannot be mad at the war that's existing. What you are here to do is do what you are supposed to do. Do your purpose at your best. And you were supposed to, I don't know, like, I think, I'm like, there's so much in this book that happened, and in this time in my life when I was listening to the audiobook of this, like, there was a lot of things going on. So the Gita, what? I think this is what does not, no, give me the plot. Dating an authorship. Etymology, it means song. Authorship, manuscripts and layout, narrative. Hello. It's Hindu epic, the epic war. I didn't watch the movie Troy, but I know about the war, the Trojan War, and it reminded me of this. The compiled dialogue goes far beyond the rationale for war. It touches on many human ethical dilemmas, philosophical issues, and life's choices. According to Flood and Martin, although the Gita is set in the context of wartime epic, the narrative is structured to apply to all situations. It wrestles with questions with who we are, how we should live our lives, and how should we act in the world. Basically. And I'm again. According to Houston Smith, it delves into the question about the purpose of life, crisis of self-identity, human self, human temperaments, and ways for the spiritual quest. The Gita posits the existence of two selves in an individual, and its presentation of the Krishna-Arjuna dialogue has been interpreted as a metaphor for an eternal dialogue between the two. The God versus the God self is something that I hear a lot about. So I think I might get up back on the bit because I love this book. So what? Chapter 18, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Religion by Deliverance and Renunciation, Freedom and Renunciation, or the Yoga of Liberation and Renunciation. In the final and longest chapter, the Gita offers a final summary of its teachings in the previous chapters. It gives a comprehensive overview, highlighting self-realization, duty, and surrender to Krishna to attain liberation and inner peace. It begins with a discussion of spiritual pursuits through sannyasa, renunciation and monastic life, and spiritual pursuits while living in the world as a householder. It teaches karma phala tyaga, renunciation of the fruits of actions, emphasizing the renunciation of attachment to the outcomes of actions and performing duties with selflessness and devotion. So, I think, like, this is when, I guess, like, I don't know why my hair looks so weird. The concept of religion, spirituality, and like humanity diverge, especially when humans love to play their little games and they love to have their little wars, and people love to like devote themselves to the cause. They devote themselves to their god, their religion, because it's like they're surrendering their problems over, they're surrendering their humanness over. They're like, okay, like, if this is your will, then your will be done. So that is something that is said in the Bible in I think it's a prayer in the Bible, because that's like, I'm like, this sounds like a prayer. I'm like, I believe in God, the God Almighty. That's the one. That's the one where, like, your will be done, whatever. I hate it, bro. This is too much thinky. So, the world is ending, and I'm here to play my fucking role. The fight isn't mine. And this is interesting. So, like, the Five of Swords, people actually don't like this guy for some reason. Because he looks... sketchy is not the word that I'm looking for. Like, he's similar to the, like, Seven of Swords, I think. Where he's like... it's like scheming. He's like, ha 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 ha. I win. But at what cost? At what cost? So this is the cost of having the spoils of war. And are you able to know who your allies are? Who your family is that you can turn to? Will they be able to rejoice in your wins with you? And will you have to lead them or lead yourself on your own? Teehee. Okay. Well, that's fun. That's a fun fucking reading. Let's do another deck. Let's do the Outgrow Yourself deck. Oh, should I? Arm. No. What do I want to do? The Slut's Guide to Fate. Okay. So this person says, I went to my tarot card deck yesterday. The news has gotten to me, and well, it should. It's horrifying. I went to my deck hoping it would tell me to panic. Let me remove this. I went to my deck hoping it would tell me to panic, to save myself, to flee to some source of safety I had overlooked. Instead, it told me that the world is ending. That the world has been ending for a long time, and it should end. The tarot put me back in my place and back in my power. Tarot reminded me that this is the world of empire and all empires fall. Tarot reminded me that I don't desire the world of empire. I desire to be a part of creating something new. When you're looking at the world you thought you knew falling apart, when you think the world is ending, use this tarot spread to find the role you are uniquely fated to embody in creating a better world. Have your faith in your fate. You are here in this life to participate in embodied creation to the fullness of your erotic capacity. Don't let the fears of empire take that from you. Okay, period. Period. What do they get? They got the 4 of... I don't know what these are. The Tower. The 6 of Sword. I don't know. Are these wands? And then these are swords. And then the King of Coins. Okay. Let's put the camera back on. I gotta shuffle more carefully, otherwise it will fucking fly away. Bonk. Can we fix this? No, I did not mean to open that. Okay. Great. No, my fucking hand looks weird. Never mind, bro. Nope, I almost fucked this up. Oh no, that was just one. Okay, that one wanted to be seen. There's this card that wanted to pop out. Be patient. Things are set in motion. Prince of Discs. Hey, I've actually never seen this card before. Be patient. Things are set in motion. I wish I could focus. I like it. I like it, Picasso. Okay. Your relationship to this ending. What does this end ask of you? What does this end ask of you? Follow your passion. Lust. What's a slut to do? What are you supposed to do about it? Cultivate your garden? That feels similar to earlier with the Ten of Pentacles. Stay away from instant gratification. Luxury. Period. And plant by the moon. Ooh, this is very, very nice. Had to do some Legos. I'm back. What kind of Legos are you guys building? Are you guys building a specific set or just like Legos? I'm doing a reading on The World is Ending, and I feel like this was really nice. My reading earlier led me to the Bhagavad Gita. I don't know if you're familiar with the Hindu scriptures. But the chariot always reminds me of the Bhagavad Gita and also of Helen of Troy and the Trojan War. Yes, a Harry Potter set. Oh, that's nice. Oh, the end of scriptures. Yeah, right. I think you're right. That is the end of the world. I haven't read it in a long time, so I definitely have like picked specific things. Oh, my background is incorrect. Okay, there we go. We back. So the world is ending. What does this ask of you? So it says lust and to follow your passion. And I think like lust is a very interesting thing here. We have lust and luxury on top of each other. And I think that's like, I think lust here can also be replaced with eros and like things, your erotic nature. And that doesn't necessarily mean like sexual nature. Your purpose and like your fire within you, within yourself, and cultivating your garden. The last one I got the 10 of Pentacles, and I was like, this week I have been confronted with the idea of who, I really need to clean up my desk because I think I have jewelry missing. Fuck. I have been confronted with who I want in my community and how I want to continue building that community. Because like I think it was something that you said, Mr. Joe, that like really it stuck with me too when you were saying that like when you give from a place or like when you're exchanging activities with somebody, you want to make sure that they are coming from a place of true consent versus scarcity. And I feel like for me, I have been so isolated the last few years, and I have been like rebuilding my sense of community literally since 2023, like since the pandemic, like since lockdown in 2020, my sense of community evolved as much as everyone else's did. Let me go back to me. My sense of community changed as with everyone else in the world at the fucking lockdown. And it was really interesting because like I was living downtown, and even then when I was living downtown, I actually went out a lot less, and my community definitely moved more online. And I think like sometimes I confuse access with intimacy, like maybe, or like I don't know, like I think like creating boundaries for my community has been really interesting to explore, because like if I don't want someone in my Discord, for example, and sometimes it's like, oh, like this name is unfamiliar, do I know this person, have I interacted with them before, they just did one weird thing, am I rude for kicking them out? And I'm just like, I think like, you know, like this is a new space for me, like this is my first like public Discord server, so it's kind of just like having to confront weirdos and just being like, yeah, no, like just no. Like I don't need it to be like perfect. I don't need to have like a full fucking essay to be like, I don't want this person in here. What the fuck? So, and like, you know, being confronted with my own people pleasing as well, it's kind of just like, you know what I mean? So that feels very this Empress card feels very that. And then stay away from instant gratification. This is something that I also got fucking faced with. Doxy, yeah. Oh, also, this was specifically a guy who like showed up in the server. I don't know if any of you saw that, but he posted a selfie in the selfies channel, and he was like shirtless, and I was like, who is this man? Who the fuck is this man? Who let him in here? And I was like, what if this person is genuinely supporting me and just like being random and like trying to hang out, and then I'm like, ew, yes, a random shirtless man. Never spoken in the chat before. Like, I think he's not in SJ's server, he's in like Pizza Party server, but like I was like, have I spoken to you before? Like, the fuck is this? This is not candor. Yeah, so I got rid of him because I was like, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know who the fuck you think this is. But I wasn't like that. I was just like, weird. Am I mean for deleting? Am I mean for yeeting the stranger for being fucking shirtless in my server? So, like, who was that dude? I don't know. I have no idea. Gotta add a new rule now. Yeah, please introduce yourself before posting shirtless pics. No shirts, no service. Like, no, you're right. That should be the rule, actually. I'm like, well, what about titties? Yeah. Weird as hell. So, like, I feel like someone trying to build community online, I'm like, okay, I am gonna have to run into weirdos, and then sometimes it's just like miscommunication, but I also like have a very big capacity for patience and grace, so sometimes I be dealing with fuck shit when I should literally be like, ew, go away. Yeah. You live and you learn, you know, and then it's only up from here. And then Plant by the Moon. So, but Alyssa posts shirtless. She was posting. Was she fully shirtless? Oh yeah, she was. No, it was a tattoo. But also, this was during stream. This was a conversation that was happening during stream. She was like, "I'm gonna post it on here," and I was like, "Okay." Do you know what I mean? Like, at least there was consent. I know you're joking. I know you're joking, but like, I know. Consent and context, yeah. So like, I think like, and like I said, like Mr. Joe, like that was something that you were talking about, like really fully being in a place of true consent versus like being desperate to have people in my fucking Discord to be like, am I the weirdo for yeeting this weirdo? So when was this? I don't remember when this fucking happened. I think it was like yesterday. It was after. No, that's called healthy boundaries. Yeah, and I think like I'm having to really come to terms with like me being like, I need to have strict boundaries. I want to be exclusive. I've been on top of the Discord. How did I miss this? I think I saw it and I was immediately like, nope. Immediately I was like, nope. Let me see. Let me close this. If I can check the time. It's so funny. I was like, stranger danger, bro. How do I see that? Where do I see, like, history? I remember seeing that on my phone one time, but I was like, ooh, this is where you see this? Should I check the channel history? No. Doxy, where do I go? Where do I check? Report raid. No. Settings? Overview. No. Moderation. No. Logs. Yes. Okay. Yesterday at 10:30 a.m. It was in the fucking morning. Thank God I was awake. Did it say when they posted it? Oh, it deleted it. Bright and early on his shit. I'm like, the fuck? Yeah, I deleted it at fucking 10:29 a.m. Like, usually I'm up at fucking noon, so thank God I was like, not today, Satan. Jesus fucking Christ, bruh. People these days. Oh, actually, I was so wrong. I'm still doing tarot reading. We're gonna do some cards for the rest of the month. Let's do a prediction for each day of the month. I mean, no. For each week of the month. I did not mean each day. That's fucking insane. I was looking for... Fuck, my microfiber cloth. It seems that I have not found my microfiber cloth yet. Would a paper towel help? Did that do anything? I don't know. Yeah, I don't fucking know, bro. Like, let's see. Yesterday, and a minute far away, I don't want a minute here to say, but I believe yesterday. Microfibers. Sounds real. Yeah, so I don't know what made that person post a fucking shirtless fucking picture at 10 in the morning, but the night before I was posting pictures and someone else was posting pictures of the cat. Anyway, who the fuck cares, bro? None of my business. When someone is being unreasonable, that is none of my business. That is my mantra. I do not need to understand someone's weirdo shit. If it's my friend and I care about them and I want to empathize with their fuckery, sure, but that's my friend. That's my responsibility. Strangers? Especially a man? None of my business, bro. None of my fucking business. Okay. Anyway. We're gonna pull some cards. Man had his nipples out. Dead ass. Can I see in the logs? Can I pull that picture up in the logs? Okay. We're gonna pull some cards for the month. So today I actually wanted to talk about Women's History Month and then some feminist books that we could get into or that could be of interesting topics, I guess. But I don't know anything about anything. There are some books that I've been wanting to look into, and there are a few short essays that are easy to get into. And I posted in the server that there was this one person who in like the 2020s was one of the big activist names, and they end up being a TERF defender and also a J.K. Rowling defender. But I was reading some things about her and I was like, I understand the point that she is coming from and that it makes sense that, excuse me, at the time that it came out, that in the 2020s, she was very much like painted in a certain light, but then also defending J.K. Rowling was very weird. So, hello, stop. I agree with that. I think it's important to curate. Not that my approval matters. Probably not unless you have a Discord bot that logs. Nah, I don't have that, man. Okay, so week 1, the Fool. That is the week that we're in. Definitely feels like a beginning of the fucking month. This was reversed, so like, do I feel like I am not acting in my beginner's mind anymore. I am acting like a big baby, being like, this bullshit again, and like, but it is dangerous to entertain some men. Yeah, exactly. I am learning that. I think I'm very like autistic and like naive and sweet to be like, oh, perhaps that was a misunderstanding, and it's like, oh, there's no rationalizing with you. We don't speak the same language. We don't have the same values. Okay, you're weird. I'm getting it. Okay, week 2. Ooh, this feels a little better. Okay, but also this feels ominous. We are looking at the world. So I always look at this card as like the card of like waiting for my fucking Amazon order to come by. I'm waiting for my order from Temu from across the fucking world. But realistically, in this card, he is planning his excavations, and he is possibly like waiting for his sales to come back. There are some really nice imagery here. There are roses, there are 2 pillars, and to me this is always like a portal, and just like holding the world is in your fucking hands. So that is week 2 of March. So next week this will be the topic that we will be talking about. We'll see. I have a few things that I wanted to talk about for the month of International Women's History Month. When they wrote that book, if you give a mouse a cookie, that's what they meant for sure. Yeah. That is something that I learned this week about somebody, and I was just like, that was disappointing. There are some people who believe that proximity and access, there's like a privilege there, and that it means access, and then it's also like a sort of like intimacy, but it's like, no, like, we are strangers on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, we have to be very mindful of our boundaries and the realities that we exist in. We exist in very different realities. I don't know you, you don't know me. We are nice to each other, and I appreciate that. That is very, very nice. And I'm glad that we can get along, but also like, you don't know what I'm like. Ooh, the world after this? Ooh, that feels juicy. Okay. So this is like, stop acting like a fucking bitch. Hold on. Why is my nose running? This is like, stop acting like you're above the fucking bullshit, because the Fool is very much beginner's mind. The Fool is, the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. But I have forgotten today I was depresso espresso and was very burdened and bludgeoned by worldly events. So I like it. And then this is a scary card. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. I am at my own detriment. I am my own prisoner. I'm a prisoner of my own mind. Why have I put myself in this place? Now, reverse though. This is interesting. I think this might be like someone else has put us here. Do we feel like someone else has put us here? Okay. So the conversations that I wanted to have this week, I want to talk about Feminism 101. Next week, I wanted to talk about celebrating our feminist historians, our women icons of today and the past, the world. I wanted to talk about ASMR. The timing was nice. I wanted to talk about how we can be better feminists and not be so performative, and this includes me. And the Eight of Swords reversed. I want to talk about patriarchy. Oh, this really is patriarchy. Patriarchy, its history, and the way that it loves to fucking bring down women in the entirety of history and the way that the world has ever existed ever. So I love that. That feels like it's like, bitch, you got it. You got the schedule right. Yes, it's easy for the lines to blur sometimes. Chat thinks they are buddies with the streamers versus just being audience members. I am probably way too honest online, Muzel. I'm like, I don't care. You want to hang out? Like, oh, okay. Like, you want to hear what I'm thinking about? And I'm like, okay, I'm sure. I love that. And then let's read some oracle cards for Here's more. More. So, I remember I had an ex. I was living with this man, and I don't know what the fuck we were arguing about. We were having fucking yelling fights. I don't know how often. Maybe once a month at least. I actually did not count. But we fought a lot. Perhaps this is because I was on stimulants. I get really angry apparently on stimulants. We were fighting a lot. And anyway, I don't know what the fuck we were fighting about. I just remember him going, and this is why I don't call myself a feminist. I remember the conversation so clearly. We were like in the hallway, like by the door. And I was like, why are you not a feminist? Because you want to disrespect me? Because you know that I will not put up with your bullshit? Because I will call you out? And you don't want to be a hypocrite? Anyway. Let's cleanse that. That's bullshit. We don't need that. When did that happen? That was probably like 2021. That was peak BLM protests. Peak lockdown. COVID time, yeah. So we were up in each other's buttholes every day. We both worked from home. Even if we didn't, even if it wasn't lockdown, we both had work from home jobs at that time. Yeah, the BLM protests were so polarizing. Yeah, and I think like there was definitely a lot of intense social justice warrior energy going around where people were acting very like what's the word I'm looking for here? Like their nose was like up in the air. They think they were better than everybody. There was a lot of that, and like I think also like living in that environment made me question myself a lot. Virtue signaling, yes, definitely a lot of virtue signaling, and just like a lot of like morality police and people just like being very, very intense. And I was humbled 2 relationships in a row by Filipino men, and very much like I would call them out on their bullshit, and they're like, who the fuck do you think you are? And I'm just like, you're right, I'm not leaving, so you're right, who the fuck am I to complain? So that's the type of growth that we're growing from. Those are the relationships that we are growing and learning from. I am that bitch, and who the fuck am I? I am someone who can leave and deserve better. Like, don't fucking play in my face. That's tough. Yeah. I think like it's hard, like it's understandable when like values misalign. Yeah, I gotta call Miss last minute. I was just saying, like, don't fucking play in my face. Be there. Hello, Shio. Good morning. Good afternoon. What was I say? Be there. Truce. Aw, that's very cute. That's very sweet. Yeah, like, I think a lot of people's values were being questioned at that time, and people were really coming to face with who they aligned with as people, and it was difficult because like we were all learning at the same time. Like everyone was like freaking out, and all of our nervous systems were fucking wrecked. You know, like I feel like still now to this day, like people still haven't really, like, there is also long COVID. Like there are so many things that have happened since that biological warfare that people are still coming to their own body. Was it virtue signaling? I said yes, and then also like morality policing. Okay, so we're gonna pull some oracle cards for the month of March. This deck is very jumpy today. Okay, show me March, baby. Show me March. I really love the world here. How can we be better in society? March, the first week of March, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Oops. Okay. The first week of March. Now is the time. Ace of Cups. Was this reversed? I already forgot. Yeah, that makes sense. Cruelty is the highest pleasure. This one is interesting. Ooh, this is giving me bad vibes. I think we're gonna find out more information about like secret societies and stuff. Outgrow yourself. The Emperor. The Emperor in the world, that's, yeah. How can we fucking outgrow ourselves? Yes, I'm guilty of being a goody two-shoes, but not judgmentally so much as to avoid people I thought might have a long con? Long con. Like, con? Plant, forget, harvest, temperance. Ooh. This is the Three Sisters, but like different. I love that. The Three Sisters is something that's spoken about in braiding sweetgrass, and the Three Sisters in indigenous culture, they talk about planting and harvesting like three, let's look this up. Agricultural technique of planting corns, beans, and squash together for mutual benefit. Yeah, isn't that so sweet? It's also interesting that they look like they're creating a spell in a cauldron. So, what realities are we pulling from? The Morrigan. What is that? I think that has to do with religiously righteous taking pleasure in punishing those that they find to be evil. Yes. Oh my god, yes, that. Definitely, like the conversation earlier with, the using of the Bible for ratifying, rationalizing genocide once again. Morrigan? The Morrigan is a powerful, complex Irish mythological figure associated with war, fate, and death. Often appearing as a raven or a trio of goddesses. Known as the Phantom Queen, she acts as a harbinger of doom for warriors. Harbinger? And a shapeshifter influencing battles and embodying both fertility and destruction. When there is death, there is always life. The crone, the mother, and the daughter. Ooh. So what is that? Lilith? Lilith's mom? Does Lilith have a daughter? Spring? That's not her daughter, that's Spring. That's literally the seasons. Interesting. Lilith, the mother monsters? Yeah. I was just, because you said the crone, the mother, and the daughter. I think she had daughters. Oh, then I think, like, just, like, demons. Not, like, in, like, the actual myth, like a daughter. Probably. Probably. This is an interesting read. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this. Have you guys seen... What's that? The Blood of Zeus? I really like that anime. Was it an anime? Animation? The Blood of Zeus, and then there was also Chaos, but that was real action. Those are real people. Live action is what I meant to say. Cartoon, yes, but no, I haven't seen it yet. I did enjoy it. Like, I just love Greek mythology, and I think it was an interesting take to it. The main character is supposed to be essentially like Hercules, like inspired by the way that like he was born, and the way that he grew up was very Hercules inspired, but it wasn't him. But he is the son of Zeus in the show. But I like it. It just like painted a really good picture of gods versus humans and their overpowering, like, I don't know. I find that Greek gods are just very bratty fucking people with too much power. And the stories like very much like tried to humanize them for the sake of relating to humans, because otherwise why would you pray to something that you can't even relate to? So, interesting myths. Okay. Let's look at the books that I wanted us to fucking read. So, there are a few books that I was looking into for Feminism 101. Feminism 101. Do you guys know anything about feminism? First wave, third wave, intersectional. Oh my god. So today I went on YouTube and I was studying for the fucking stream, and then I literally searched up intersectional feminism, and then there was this white lady 9 years ago, 2017, and she was like, why are people making these words up? This is all victim versus perpetrator. Oh my god, it was so crazy. It was so bizarre. I was like, wait. And then she was like the factual feminist. And I'm just like... And they're saying that white men, so they ruin everything. And I'm like... Okay, lady. I think you're weird. Ooh. Okay. So, my list of books for feminism. So... First and foremost, feminism is just about the liberation and the equal rights of women. And it started off very small. But also, let's think about this. This happened very recently. In North America, women only started having access to credit cards and to having their own bank accounts, I think around the 60s or 80s. 1974, no woman could open bank accounts in their own name. In Canada, it was in 1964. So the 60s and the 70s was when, not even 100 years ago exactly, like when this happened, those people are still alive. Like my parents are both born in the 60s, and they are, what's the year, 2026, so they're 66 this year. And also, like, now that cigarettes aren't normal in everyday lives and there is internet access, my parents at 60 look like what I thought a 40-year-old used to look like. But also, my mom at 40 also looked like she was fucking 30, because look at me, I'm fucking 35, not yet, but also I look like I'm 25, so it is what it is in the genes. But we just think about that, right? Like, women have only had access to bank accounts in the 70s, and do you know how much they have had to fight for that? And also, like, so with intersectional feminism, it is the concept of, like, it's not just gender versus gender, it is about how race, class, and other, like, socioeconomic places can impact your place in the world on top of feminism. And I think, like, a really big thing about feminism also is that the activism of, I would say, like, black slaves have paved the way for feminism to take up space. Like, because of the black people wanting freedom for their people, it also created a movement of other people wanting to create freedom for themselves. So without the freedom of one, there is no freedom for the other. That is how I have always been taught it, and that is part of the intersectionality of feminism. And so knowing the bank thing, we think about adults now, right? So in 1974, my mom was 14. So and she was in the Philippines at this time, but, like, anyway, for the story, when you're growing up, you believe at that time women existed to be with men. You were taught to become a good wife. You were taught to listen and be a good fucking maid to your husband, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to move in life successfully. You won't have your own bank account to buy your own things. You're expected to ask for allowance from your husband, because at that time he was the one who had the money. He was one who could hold money. Let's say you were the wife and you had a job. I think you had to link bank accounts to your husband still. I sent you a somewhat good video on a feminist versus anti-feminist where the credit card thing was brought up. All woman panel too. Ooh, interesting. Let's look at it. Let's look at it together. Ooh, these videos are crazy. No, please. Hold on, let me let this ad run. these fucking ads. Okay, let's change, feminism, Happy International Women's History Month. Oh my god, skip. Okay. Hello. Start over. What the honk is going on? Okay. Pause. Pause this, and then let's bring you here? No, over here. Wait. Okay. Ooh, that's long. Let's speed it up. That's too fast. I don't know what's going on.
I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Dow. Welcome to The Bridge.
Click, clap, clap. 6 ads in a row.
Welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here today. I want you to just go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Tanya Turner, and I am a feminist.
It's
Hi, my name is Anne. I'm a feminist.
I'm Bella.
Full hour.
I'm Ceci, I'm a feminist. I'm Chelsea Gods, I'm a feminist.
I'm Matrix, and I'm anti-feminist.
I'm Jada, and I'm an anti-feminist.
I'm Savannah, and I'm anti-feminist.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maggie. I do not identify as a feminist.
Hi, I'm
Girl,
Carmen
I don't
Dacey,
fucking
and I am
care.
Thank you. Well, the way that we raise our boys, right, for example, is we teach them that your emotions are bad. So think about the way that we raise young boys. The most common way that young boys express their feelings is called externalizing. We see this in clinical data. The way that boys express their feelings, we teach them the only emotion you're allowed to have as a boy is anger. That's the only one allowed. But if you have anger, go to your room. Nobody wants to look at you or
No
you.
career
And so what
will
we've done is
give
we've
women.
taught
What is
men
this?
that their feelings aren't
Women
okay.
have
That if
more
they have them, they're
privileges
isolated
today.
and weak for having them. And so the only alternative for them is
that's really
anger
it.
or anhedonia, the complete like emptiness and vacuousness. And so in this way, this is how society is contributing to this, because the presumptions we place onto our children that set a course and script for them that destroys their relationships. And men are reporting this.
As much as they have blessed me. The next prompt is, no career will give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children. Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe someone who hasn't spoken. Go ahead.
I'm a Christian, so as much as you guys know all your statistics and everything about things, it's more that it conflicts with my Christian belief so much, right? So I believe that we're here to reproduce. That's one of the things in the Bible. The first thing about men and women is that they were brought together. And
Where's the credit card stuff? That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Transcript. Find. No, that's not the button I wanted. Credit card. Not found. Bank. Okay, bank card.
Your body. Feminism is you have the opportunity to do what you want because of, you have a bank card because of feminism, you get to wear pants because of feminism, you get to have a job because of feminism, you get to get out of the house if you want to because of feminism. This is not about like trying to control your life. There is more room for people who are anti-feminist in the world of feminists than there is for people like me in your world. I don't care if a person wants to go have children their whole life and that's what they want to do. Most of my friends are stay-at-home moms. Many of my extremely liberal friends are stay-at-home mothers. And do you think I denigrate their decision to sacrifice their life for their children? Absolutely not. I'm a mother myself. But I also want to have the opportunity to work if I want to, because for me, that's where I find happiness. There is space for you in our movement, but there is no space for us in yours. We're inclusive. Feminism is not telling you what to do with your life.
Yeah, you
Feminism
can have
is
a baby,
letting
you can get married,
do
do
what
whatever
you
you
want
want.
with your life.
Sorry. I agree, though. I agree. Do whatever you want with your life.
Feminism is letting you do what you want with your life, and I don't want to tell you not to get married when you're 19 and pop out 7 kids if that's a thing that's going to be happy for you, but I want to offer people the opportunity that they can also do something else.
Okay. Anything else? Someone on this side, can you speak about that? So when you said women and black people as far as human rights, main issue, okay. Black men got the right to vote before white women. White women think they're superior. I think that's a bunch of other stuff. Okay. But yes, what else? What else is in place for feminism? Like, being able to vote is also horrifying because, like, I think right now a lot of the politics is leaning on to uneducated men, and a lot of the women are leaning on these men for their safety. There are still so many conservative households where even if they have jobs, they still turn to the man for answers. And also, like, even if they didn't want to, sometimes they get, like, the men are so abusive that they put the women in a place where, like, they feel like they can't do anything about it. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think that's, like, it's very common to, in a very, like, short way of saying it, like, in narcissistic type relationships where the men are very beautiful and thoughtful and amazing in the first few years, the women fall in love, and this is obviously like in hetero relationships, but this is also in like other dynamics, but like just for examples, like the women fall in love with a man, and because of that there is this ideal that they've set, there is this example that they've already created, and then the woman falls in love and they're like, cool, like this is the man I'm in love with, this is the life that we're trying to build. And then what happens is that the masks falls off, something about living together a little longer, like they start losing respect for one another, and one thing leads to another, and it's like the woman was so in love with this man that they will listen to him. And that's the thing with like empathetic people too, and people that are compassionate. It's like, okay, like this was someone that I trusted, and I still want to trust this person. I loved them so much. They start losing themselves in that person because they trust that person more than themselves. And eventually they become a shell of who they are, and then they fall into this pattern of conservatism and then leaning onto the man and then just being in a very abusive relationship, and then they just think that's normal. Isolation and infantilization. Yes, exactly. Like, that is definitely a form of abuse. Like, the men telling them that their friends are crazy. Like, one of my friends right now, she was like, she's a old friend in a friend group, so I don't really like know her that well, but she's a very isolated community. She's like an Asian person in a very like predominantly white neighborhood in the suburbs in buttfuck nowhere. And right now, like, there are some things where we're kind of just like, is everything gonna be okay? Like, what is going on? And it's kind of those things where it's like, well, she's exactly where she wants to be, and it's like, and it's hard because it's like you want to make sure that you're able to be there for that person, but also like, how can you tell someone that you're worried about them without isolating them even further, you know? So that is the hard thing about like being in an abusive environment. It's like, it's very difficult to come in and like save the friend if they don't want to be saved, that they're exactly where they want to be. It's a scary time. Well, anyway, let's look at books. So, feminism. Books on feminism. So, We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda. That is the person who ended up being a TERF defender. TERF and JK Rowling defender. And I was just like, oh, I don't know anything about anything. That does not sound good. So, oh well. And then also, hello, can I just open this? Perfect. So there's a bunch of books, and then let's look over them together. So let's figure out what the fuck is going on with these books, because I actually don't know anything about anything. And then it's just a list that I've had for a while, and I was like, okay, these are some books that are familiar to me, and let's see what they're about. Okay, that's the Bhagavad Gita. Let me fix this window. Oh no, because I shrunk it. Now it looks silly. Cause I need all the space. Oh. Okay. Yeah, there's a sect of white feminists that aren't LGBT exclusive. Yikes. Hell, it's not even white feminists. Yeah, I know there are a lot. There are definitely a lot of loud white feminists who are very not LGBT exclusive. I think there is some nuance to that. Like, there are conversations where, like, growing up as a man, there are still some privileges that you get, but also, like, growing up as a man, as a woman, you don't really get to benefit from those privileges, and also everyone can fucking see it, so Emmanuel hell. Oh. Like, for me, like, I pretty much grew up feeling very non-binary all of my life. But also at the same time, I also wonder how much of that is my internalized misogyny of being like, I know there are privileges to being a man. I do not enjoy being in a girl's body. I wish I were a man. So there is, like, definitely that. I've always had that mindset of, like, men have it easier, men have cooler things, like, I have. But also I'm like, do I just want to be a man? I don't know about that, but that's, you know, being non-binary, like, always knowing that is, like, very confusing as a child, especially someone who, like, still can't really tell my family about it right now, and still being very femme outwardly. It's just like, okay, I like man stuff, I like girl stuff, and that is also what happens with, like, being gender fluid. Peeing while standing up isn't what it's cracked to be. You have an option to sit down. It's okay. I won't tell your girlfriend. Like, it's not? I thought, like, it seems very much more like, convenient? Like, less messy. You know, like, if you're in, like, a gross bathroom, you don't need to fucking, like, pop a squat and then, like, think about, like, splatters and shit. You just, like, stay away and aim and then think about splatters that way. Oh my god, it's terrible. Ew. I hate the idea of peeing. Okay, so this is one of the books. We should all be feminists. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This book was really popular when lockdown was happening. I remember that much. And then also, so let's see. I think this is a short book. Like, it's like essay format. Oh, it is an essay format of her TED Talk, a 30-minute TED Talk. I think there's also a PDF on this. Oh, no, I saw it the other day. Is this it? No, these are just dates. Ooh, let's look at this. Can you be a feminist if you consume dairy products? What the fuck is this website? From feminism to ecofeminism. Who is this? V-Ro U Network? What the fuck is this? Why feminism? The project of emancipation is not completed. Examples of barriers are the glass ceiling, sexism, violence against women, forced marriage, honor killings, and unequal career opportunities. Honor killings? What the fuck is that? Oh, there's a kitty. Hello. Honor killings or shame killings are murders predominantly of women by male family members committed to protect a family's perceived reputation or honor. Motives include perceived immoral behavior like refusal of arranged marriage, sexual assault, or infidelity. They are prevalent in parts of Asia, the Middle East, and immigrant communities worldwide. Did you hear my jaw crack? What? Do you know anything about this? This is insane. Honor killings? It's pretty bad. This isn't, like, to me, I feel like if I knew this, I thought it was just fiction. While primarily the murder of women girls, men can also be victims. Perpetrators often believe they are restoring family honor, sometimes encouraged by community or tribal customs. Child marriages are big there too. Yeah, that is a whole other thing. There's a kitty beside me. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to come up on the stream and say hello? Jesus fucking Christ. Essentials of feminism. Equal rights for women, including the right to vote, the right to stand for office, and equal pay for equal work. And the thing is, like, even if we have these rights, we are still treated as if that's not true. Equal opportunities, right to contraceptives, the right to divorce freely and easily. Imagine, like, back in the day, divorce was not just a taboo, it was impossible. You had to, we were just watching Mad Men, and there was an episode where, like, spoiler alert, Mad Men spoiler alert, Betty wants to divorce Dawn, and to do that, she needs to prove, in California in the 60s, she needs to prove infidelity in court to be allowed to do that. The way that they worked around it is that she moved to Nevada for a little bit. I don't fucking know. Separation. From what I've read, the main reason is when a daughter couples with someone the family doesn't approve of, and if they sleep together out of wedlock or are pregnant, and as a result then an honor killing happens. This mostly happens in the lower case though. Oh my god, like, case system still existing is like, I feel so privileged and ignorant. Importance of individual liberty, including the freedom for women to dress as they wish. A struggle that we go through all the time. Equal science-based liberal education for women and men. Sexual education and freedom. Ooh, I have a kitty. Let me grab you. Can we just say hello? Just for a second. Whoa. Oops, sorry. I bonked her head. I just want you to say hello. You're sleeping? Hello. Thank you. Okay. I'm sorry. I keep sleeping. I'm so sorry. That wasn't very nice. I'm sorry. How you doing? I'm sorry. She's not mad at me. She's a little mad at me. Her tail is wagging like crazy. Okay. Now I'm covered in fur. Now my mic is covered in fur. The right to live with the persons you love. Stimulating the full flourishing of the individual capabilities approach. Yeah, I feel like that's still like an ongoing struggle. Problem of essentialism. There are statistical differences between women and men, but from this it cannot be deduced that there is a difference in moral standing. What is essentialism? Feminism and the expanding moral circle, non-human animals, future generations, LGBT rights, women's rights, and androcentrism. What is androcentrism? Feminism is part of the project of the moral progress of expanding the moral circle. Androcentrism. Practice, conscious or otherwise, of placing a masculine point of view at the center of culture. Huh. I know this concept, but I've never heard of this word. History and society, positioning men as the default neutral standard. It marginalizes women and feminine perspectives, often rendering them as invisible or deviant. This bias permeates language, science, and social constitutions. Androcentrism. T. Yes. Feels biblical. I'm not gonna read a lot. Okay. Challenges to feminism. Multiculturalism is bad for women because it tolerates intolerance. Why would you say the same word twice? It tolerates what it doesn't towards women, e.g. forced marriages. Relativism. Science itself is gender neutral. There is no male science. However, male scientists may have a gender bias. Post-colonial guilt. While white Western feminist versus bracket black womanists. Womanist versus feminist. Interesting. Small perspective. Me feminism versus global feminism. Fear of violence. In many cases, women cannot speak out because of threat and fear of male violence. Ecofeminism. Expanding feminism towards ecofeminism by acknowledging other kinds of oppression by men, such as non-human animals. Ecofeminism thus includes veganism. I like it. Some hotly debated issues. Prostitution. Should we strive for humane working conditions of sex workers, or is there a fundamental moral problem with prostitution? Chat, what are your thoughts on that? Abortion. There still is strong opposition to abortion and the legalization of abortion. Feminists needs to work for the global availability of legal abortions. Female sexuality. Many cultures and religions are obsessed with suppressing and controlling female sexuality and nudity. Pornography. Does pornography lead to rape, sexual violence, and a distorted view of sexuality? Is all pornography degrading for a woman, or is it liberating sexuality? Femicide. The killing of females because they are females. Whew. Feminism is a lot. So, my personal hot takes on prostitution and pornography. I think living in a capitalistic patriarchal society, this is a way to take advantage of the system. If female bodies will be sexualized, well then, prostitution is one of the oldest careers of all time. And there will always be a need for it. Now, the difference is the availability of it for safety. Like safety concerns, and also the way that it is perceived. Like people's porn bad for everyone. Literally makes you smooth-brained. Yeah, I think like the access to it is a bit much, and it's very dopamine heavy, intense. Oh, hold on. Sorry, kitty. There you go. Like, they are jobs for some people, and there is a lot of work that needs to be done for the moral clauses of the porn industry. It is horrifying in a lot of ways. There is a lot of like revenge porn, and a lot of like scripts and like dynamics are still very old school and very weird. Like if you look at the Pornhub map, let's look at it. Let's fucking look at it. Let's look at that bullshit together. There's a lot of people who love step sibling shit. Pornhub map. Okay, why do people have shitty? This is Pornhub, okay. View image. Canada. Okay, what's this one? United States, okay. Lesbian! Lesbian! Stepmom? 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 Stepsister? What is that about? What the fuck? Asian in Hawaii is so good. Please. Lesbian taking over is crazy. Hold on, let me just look at this. What year is this? Teen 2016. The teen category is insane. Like, I think the access to this is just like way too much, and there definitely needs to be, I don't know, like I think that's also the issue with not having good public sexual education. People aren't aware of, like, there's no media literacy, there's no awareness of like what this happens to the mind, also like what is necessary for human health and sex health in general. I don't freaking know, bro. Patriarchism, men dominating women, like these obstacles are all within these hotly debated issues. People used to yearn, people used to go to war, probably cheat, but still write letters to their baddie at home. People used to yearn, now they just goon. 2026 Bible. Oh my god, speaking of gooning, there was this, okay, there is this app, Hope Core app, and they have an Instagram where they just post like a bunch of like, it's a lot of satire. They posted a very scary video of this child, a teenager, maybe a teenage adult, and he was like, girls won't know that I'm just gooning to their highlights, so men, don't be afraid. They can't stop me. They can't make me a nut. Please! Please! Like, consent culture is gone. Like, this is like, bruh, like, this is outside of Grok and Twitter. Like, people can't use their imaginations anymore. Like, fantasies are meant to be in the mind, not to abuse consent and people's bodies and access to them online. The use of free will is amazing. Yeah, and I think, like, not enough good people are using their free will. I just saw a video of a woman talking about a type of fucking monkey that starts with B. Monkey that starts with B. Bonobo. Bonobo? Bonobo monkey? Goddamn, I don't fucking know. So she described these monkeys as the hippie monkeys. They're very sweet. They are very, like, they just don't fight. They're not an angry type of monkeys. And then they're scientists, like, one scientist, like, observed them, like, they're always, like, peaceful. And then one time they saw a group of 5 female bonobo monkeys beating up this one dude because he was trying to kill a fucking baby monkey. So they were like, Mr. Man, hell the fuck no, you don't do that to babies. So they beat his ass, they yoink his fucking balls and ate it. I think they murdered him. And so we should have no free will. We should take from the example of these monkeys. Oh my god, have you seen the man? Wow, ballsy. Typical male behavior to remove rival offspring. Literally, he thinks that he's fucking Titus, Uranus. Happens with lions too. Yeah, no, they lions fucking female lions do not fuck with male lions. They're like, you're fucking dead weight. You're fucking bullshit dead weight. Leave. I love them. I love them very much. I would love to be more like a female lion. The female lion does not worry herself because she will fuck around and find out. So my alarm just went off for my meds. Yeah, time to take my bedtime meds. Yeah, people often make animals out to be innocent, loving, and kind. And people love to be like, they love to personify animals. But maybe, you know, we should stop personifying humans and we need to be more like fucking animals. Because more of them are matriarchal and a lot of them got their shit together. It is the humans that are ruining their homes. Without society, without society and human advancements, humans wouldn't last a day out there. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think about like cavemen. And like, think about cavemen and dinosaurs and like how we're now led to believe that dinosaurs could be giant chickens. How funny to be like, here's my bird, I'm about to have that for dinner. Have to fight it. I've been thinking about it. It would be nice if there was a way to separate pigmen from men. The fight of the fittest. Do you guys know that guy who, I don't know his name because I don't like thinking about him. The guy who is trying to find, like the billionaire who's trying to find science for immortality. And he's like the weirdo that fucking, oh, why is it like that? That fucking, is like stealing his, not stealing, but like he's taking his son's blood. And all of that. I hate sharing a gender with so many murderous and hateful people. Yeah. You find them in the nether. I know who you mean. Yeah, that guy's so weird. So he started that study in 2018, 2016, and he looks like he's aged 20 years. He also looks like a different person now. It's so weird. I'm like, it's very interesting as like a scientifical tale, but it's very much like, why didn't you ask whether or not you should do this, not whether or not you could? Yeah, and that's okay to age. Exactly. Like, he was doing very weird shit. Like, he was also measuring and comparing his son's boner's strength to his own boner strength. Please ring the alarms. Where's the police? This ain't right. Ugh. Jesus fucking lordy. Lordy. Yeah, I don't know if it's working either. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if anything's working for that guy. That guy's weird as hell. Better to maybe find other ways to measure blood flow and the bodily use of nitrates. Like, let that baby sleep. That guy is like probably 19, 20, like, he still needs a lot of sleep. Leave him alone. Let him grow up normally. Stop stealing his youth. Yep, is his son old enough to consent? At least, I think legally, but I don't know how long he's been doing that. You know, like he could have started when he was younger and like peer pressured him to do it. Weird man. Weird freaky man. Anyway. Bizarre. I'm tired. My meds are calling me. It's time for me to take my bedtime meds. So thank you for hanging out for the first week of International Women's History Month. I was like, what the fuck is it? We're gonna have another month of feminism. Next Monday or Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, for Cosmos and Tea, I'm gonna have some friends with us. My Libra rising friends, Kelly and Gray. They're gonna come hang out and we're gonna talk about what it is to be a Libra rising. I don't know if you have any questions. Gray is a very like well-studied person, so they're a lot more esoteric than I am, and I'll be like, what is this language that you're speaking? This sounds like a riddle. So if you have any questions about astrology or what it means to be a Libra rising or a Venus ruled person, put them in the Discord. Maybe I'll make a channel for that. And then for the rest of the tarot, we're gonna have on Fridays, we're gonna have more conversations about feminism. I'm gonna try to read some books. I'm gonna post that on Discord as well. I do also want to start playing more games again. On Monday, I want to do Manifestation Mondays, and perhaps we do Sims. We play Sims and we manifest the life that we want through gaming. Maybe I'll also do like a mood board and then we play the game. I don't know, we just vibe. I think that'll be really fun. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you are free, come hang out. I don't know what time yet. I have to look into that. I think I've been liking using planetary hours. So Monday is moon day. So I'll have to see what time moon hours starts. That might be midday. I might start doing co-working again because I need some stuff to do. I have some stuff that I need to do. And I need to do co-working again. And we need to hang out and focus. Sounds good? Co-wo is nice. Yeah, it's been a while. I also have that game that my friend bought me. That like co-working video. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called. But I need to open it and figure it out. Maybe I need to get a monitor as well. I need to buy a new monitor. No, it's okay. I do have the money for that. But I'm also like, duh. Someone hit me up on my DMs and was like, hey, like, I'll give you a discount for a tattoo. And I'm just like, how much of a discount? I don't have money. I don't have the budget for a tattoo, lady. And she was like, when are we peaking? Oh my god, when are we peaking? I totally forgot about that. Okay, what days work for you? Tell me your schedule. You're the one with a job schedule. I make my own schedule. Oh, you know, on the 13th in Chicago, they got $50 tattoos at a place. You right. I need to look at Flash, like Friday the 13th. They do have Flash tattoos. A lot of places do that, and I want like a dagger. I want a weapon on my body. $50 for Flash Day is very good. So thank you for that reminder. Let's see. When's the next Friday the 13th? When's the next Friday the 13th? What is this? April? No. May? No. June? No. Fuck! May? July? No. No! We had one. That was it. November is the next one. Fuck! Dang it. That's okay. That saves me a lot of the time. Wait! March! Next week! God, I can't read. Next week is Friday the 13th. Maybe we could do an IRL stream. That'll be fun. We go on a date. It's in 1 week. Oh my god, it's in 7 days. I'll send you it to you easy. Perfect. Thank you, Shio. Yay, time to play Peak and have me sweat on fucking stream again. You know me, I freak out easily. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. IRL stream, question mark, flash tattoo. Okay, and then let's set a reminder for this. Alert. 2 days before. And then 5 days before. I need so many reminders. Okay, and then let's do... Hello, how do I add another alert? At time of event. Perfect. Yay! IRL event. Let's go look for flash tattoos. I'll probably have to do research beforehand. I think that makes more sense, and I'll just show up and be like, I want something small. Where should I get it? Eee! I'm so excited. I'm excited to find somebody who will be cool. That person who came in my DMs also did give me a really good discount. She said like 100 to 150 for like a pretty big piece. Like I assume it's this big. I don't know. And it's a cute one. Let me show you actually. Let's look at the tattoo. Tell me what you think. There we go. Weapons. Oh yeah, Pinky Melons also does tattoos. It's just in Canada somewhere. You look great with a patchwork sleeve. Thank you. I would love that. Money though. I will put my Sims character with a patchwork sleeve. So this one, I want to get this one. This one is so cute. I love that it has little hearts here. This one first caught my eye. I'm also down for these two, but I think I want this one the most. Can you see my mouse? Damn it. My mouse isn't there. Fuck. Properties. Show cursor. This one. I don't know what you call this, but the thing in Kill Bill. I like this one. And then I was also looking at, yeah, so the one on the left, the one with the ball and chain, and I do like the one on the right. I think that was the first one that caught my eye just because it is a giant heart shape and I like that it's bleeding. And I don't know where I would put these. Morning Star, and yes, I see your mouse. Yeah, I just put it on. Okay, yes. Oh, Morning Star. Lucifer as a weapon? Okay, I love her. My little Lucy. Yeah, I need her. I need her bad. I need a Lucy bad. I actually almost named Farrah Lucy. I almost called her Lucifer. Lucy for short. But I think it's because I knew someone else whose cat was named that I didn't do that. Need me a Lucy though. Would love a weapon named Lucy. Where would I put her though? On like my thigh? I think like if I had one of the blades, I would definitely put that on my thigh. For this guy though. Maybe on a rib. On my back? I really have to think about this. On a calf? We'll see. 150 is not too bad for a tattoo, TBH. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how big it is also. So I'll have to figure that out as well and get more details. Because I don't know this person. They just hit me up and I'm like, okay, where do you work? What is more details? This is a good price though, so and then usually like $50 tattoos are like 2 by 2 inches. Could still be something cute if I find someone that does a cool job. Most of the time they are walk-ins, so I would have to wake up early. That I don't do that. But I think that'd be a fun date. Friday the 13th. Ooh, actually, let's check the weather. Weather. Why is it showing me like that? Toronto. 7 days. March the 13th. Hello. Oh, 6 degrees. -1 in the morning and then 6 degrees. Mixed precipitation, snow, rain, showers. With the wind gusts of fucking 30 kilometers an hour. That's great. Bonk. Good luck to us. Hopefully we don't fly away. Okay. I'm gonna go get ready for bed. I hope you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. I will either see you Monday or Wednesday. See you on Discord. Love you. Oh. Bye. Good night. And good morning.